Hey everybody, it's Justin from J3 Creation, where we create high quality functionable art. And today I'm going to be doing a spiral and some other colors. Basically we're going to fold the spiral or whatever, not fold it, but anyway, we're going to get the spiral into the fabric, and then we're going to do a small kind of different little triangles in the middle of the fabric in the spiral. And then on the outer portion, we're going to do some different colors. So this is a different one. And basically this little area will be colored, and this outer area will have different colors. The typical spiral has just kind of triangles in a formation along this way. So we're going to change it up a little and see what we can do. So for my spiral, I like to get my shirt inside out, and I want the front facing down. Also, my shirt has been soaked in soda ash and spun out. So just gonna make sure our seams are all lined up here. Just grabbing the bottom corners and kind of shaking. And we'll lay it out and get to that spiral. So you can be real fancy with your spirals. I'm not going to be super fancy with my spiral today in this video. It's kind of just giving you guys an idea of what's possible, and it's good to just let your imagination run. So I'm going to start my spiral in the middle. You can start it up here. Up here you can fold your shirt in half and do a side spiral this way or that way. You know, you can start on the corners. Kind of just all depends on your imagination. But today I'm going to start in the middle and just do a real quick swirl, and then kind of let your fingers run through there and create some nice little pleats. And you might have to kind of do some reforming as you go, but yeah, basically the main idea is just get lots of nice little spirals and make sure that your fabric doesn't chunk up too much, because that's a very real thing with the pleated spiral. And you can add some little pleats or fold them down, kind of whatever you want. So that's kind of the basic idea behind the spiral. Sorry, the camera's kind of fading out with the light there. We'll get some elastics on here and get it over to the dye station. And when you're putting your elastics on, you want to ensure that you don't lose your spiral. So just kind of be careful. And you can go back in with a pair of scissors or a hemostat, or, you know, even just like a toothpick or something. But something with a fine tip, and you can kind of make sure that your fabric's folded back a little in some areas. You don't want your fabric overlapping, because that will give you an odd effect in your spiral. Some people might like that, but not me, not for this video. So that's the back of the shirt. This is the front of the shirt, and you can see a pretty good spiral. It is a little wonky right here. I might throw an elastic on there and try to even that out a little, but we'll get this over to the dye station and see what we can do. Okay, so we made it over to the dye station. My spiral's a little wonky. You can kind of just tell how the bends and the rubber bands mess with it. I maybe should use different rubber bands, but it'll be a spiral, you know, and you can get as crazy as you want with it. But this is just an example for today. So I don't know if you can tell or notice, but this is the back of the shirt. I'm going to flip it over so that I'm dyeing the front of the shirt first. And if you're doing ice dye or muck dye or hot water irrigation, you'll want to start with that side, in my opinion. So we're just going to do a few little triangles in this little batch right here. And then all out here we'll do a different color. So I'm just going to use some simple colors. I think a rainbow would be fun, but that's not what I'm doing today. So we'll just start with our lightest color first and just go in triangles. And I'm using Dharma dye, and just kind of be careful with your dye placement. Whoop. Wow, spilled it. Anyway, moving on. A little bit of custom purple that I made with some fuchsia and royal blue. So that'll be a nice little color wheel in the middle. And then we're going to go with the outside a different color. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room in between the color wheel on the inside and the color outside, because it's going to, the dye will kind of spread and saturate over the next 24 to 48 hours as it batches. So after this, I'm going to flip it and do the other side the same color and the same scheme. And you can do the same at home. Alright. So again, that color will spread a bit. And if anything, it'll just leave kind of a fun little white line in the spiral. So I'm going to flip it over and do the same pink, red, blue, purple. You want to try to ensure that you don't get dye speckles on the other side. So that's again why your shirt is turned inside out, for the dye speckles. And just go very slowly. So I'm gonna check again. So red is down this way. And next color, blue, and then purple. Whoop. You could probably be a little more careful with your dye placement than I'm being right now. So last color, purple, then we'll get the green on there and call it good. And I'm pretty excited to see how that turns out. And we'll let it batch for about 24 to 48 hours and see how it turns out. So there it is, folks. I think it's going to be incredible. And I'm always excited to unravel them. So, yeah. Anyway, see you in a couple of days. Here is the finished result. Like I said earlier in the video, I wish I had different colors. I wish the green was black and that swirl in the middle was like a rainbow, but I think it turned out great as far as just giving everybody an example. Looks the same on the back, but that's kind of how you do a swirl within a shirt. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. We've got lots more tie-dye coming.